The news did not arrive quietly. It struck the eternal city like a thunderbolt out of a clear sky. 3 Roman legions, the 17th, 18th, and 19th, had vanished. Not defeated, not routed, erased. Over 20,000 Roman soldiers swallowed whole by the dark forests of Germania. Their armor stripped, their bodies mutilated, their bones left to rot beneath the trees. Inside the imperial palace, the most powerful man on earth broke. Emperor Augustus Caesar, ruler of the Roman world, wandered the halls like a ghost. He slammed his fists against the walls. He beat his head against doors. And over again, he screamed into the night.
Quinctilius Varus! Give me back my legions!
For months, Augustus refused to shave his beard or cut his hair. He stopped sleeping. He stopped ruling. The shame was unbearable. Because Rome had been humiliated, not by another empire, not by a rival civilization, but by tribes Rome considered barely civilized. Worse still, terrifying rumors spread through the city. Statues of Augustus struck by lightning, altars bleeding, the gods themselves turning away. Rome had lost more than soldiers. Rome had lost its soul. The legion numbers 17, 18, and 19 were retired forever, erased from history like a scar Rome refused to reopen. But Rome does not forget, and Rome does not forgive. When Augustus died in 14 AD, his successor Tiberius inherited not just an empire, but a blood debt. To settle it, he needed more than an army. He needed a symbol. He needed Germanicus Julius Caesar. Young, brilliant, charismatic, beloved by the people, descended from Julius Caesar himself, a general who could win battles and heal Rome's wounded pride. Germanicus was given 8 legions and 1 command: enter Germania, recover the lost eagles, destroy Arminius. Not victory, reckoning. In 15 AD, Germanicus launched one of the boldest operations in Roman military history. He did not march blindly into the forests like Varus had. Instead, he split his forces. General Aulus Secina marched overland. Germanicus himself led 4 legions on over 1,000 ships, sailing through the North Sea, striking deep behind Germanic lines where no Roman army had ever appeared before. The tribes were caught completely off guard. Roman legions poured ashore like iron ghosts. Villages were burned, crops destroyed, war bands crushed wherever they stood. This was not conquest. This was punishment. But the forests remembered, and they were not finished. Then it happened. The legions entered a clearing, and everything stopped. They had reached Teutoburg Forest. 6 years had passed, but the battlefield was untouched. Bones lay everywhere, white in the dirt, some piled where men had made their last stand. Skulls were still nailed to trees. Armor lay rusted, unmistakable. The soldiers recognized friends, brothers, fathers. Hardened veterans wept openly. Germanicus dismounted in silence, his face rigid with grief. Then he gave the order: gather every bone. That night, under flickering torches, the army buried the dead in a single, massive mound. Germanicus delivered a funeral speech and placed the first handful of earth himself. From that moment on, the legions no longer fought for glory. They fought for the dead. While Germanicus hunted Arminius, disaster nearly struck again. General Caecina reached a place called the Long Bridges, wooden walkways crossing deadly marshland. Arminius saw his chance. He flooded the marshes, destroyed the walkways, trapped the Romans in sinking mud. Wagons disappeared, horses panicked, Germanic warriors rained spears from the dry ground. That night, Caecina dreamed. He saw Varus, bloodied and swollen, rising from the swamp, reaching out to drag him under. Caecina awoke and told his officers, "Varus died because he forgot he was Roman. We will not." At dawn, instead of retreating, he attacked. A wedge-shaped Roman charge slammed uphill into the Germans. Discipline shattered ambush, steel met flesh. Caecina fought in the front ranks, cutting through bone. The legions broke free. Rome would not be trapped again. In 16 AD, Germanicus turned to the ultimate prize, the legionary eagles. Scouts reported the eagle of the 19th Legion held inside a wooden fortress on a hill. The defenders knew what it meant. They chose to die. Roman catapults hurled fire, the walls burned, the defenders screamed curses until the flames took them. Finally, Germanicus ordered the assault. Legionaries advanced in tortoise formation, ladders slammed against the walls. A centurion named Marcus Ventidius reached the top first. He vanished into smoke. Moments later, he emerged, burned, coughing, but holding the eagle high above his head. Veterans fell to their knees. Rome's honor had returned. The end came at Idis Diviso, a wide open field, forests at the edges. Arminius gathered one of the largest Germanic armies ever assembled. Germanicus rode before 30,000 Romans and shouted, "Today we avenge our brothers. Today Rome remembers who it is." The clash was brutal. Germanic fury smashed into Roman discipline and broke. Arminius charged, his red cloak visible through the chaos. He hurled his spear at Germanicus. A Roman shield-bearer leapt forward and died instantly. The counterattack was savage. Arminius fled, wounded. The field became a slaughterhouse. Rome had its revenge. As the legions sailed home, nature struck one final blow. A massive storm shattered the fleet. Thousands drowned. Germanica claimed its last victims. In Rome, Emperor Tiberius grew uneasy. Germanicus was too popular, too loved. In 17 AD, he recalled him. The war was declared over. Germania would remain unconquered. Germanicus celebrated a triumph in Rome, then died mysteriously 2 years later at 33 years old. Many believed he was poisoned. Arminius survived the war, only to be murdered by his own relatives in 21 AD, accused of seeking kingship. Rome's revenge was total, but incomplete. The Rhine became the empire's permanent border. As Tacitus later wrote, "They make a desert and call it peace." The forests of Germania still stand, and beneath them lie the bones of 20,000 men, a reminder that even the greatest empire on earth cannot undo every loss.